Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so let us go to the shloka. So today's shloka would be 13th chapter. So if everybody has the shlokas with you, you can open. Okay, so it's 29th verse, shloka number 29. So let me read the shloka first. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitamishvaram nahinasthyatmanatmanam tato yati param gatim. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitamishvaram nahinasthyatmanatmanam tato yati param gatim. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus he approaches the transcendental destination. Mukam karoti vacharam pangam langayati girim yat kripatamam vishnuvaranti. Okay, so this verse is talking about how one can see the actual living entities, super soul, the way of seeing all the living entities in everyone's heart. There's one more shloka also in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna talks about Pandita. Pandita means learned, or one who has the knowledge of actual knowledge. So he mentions about Pandita Samadarshana, where he says the elephant, a dog eater. So everyone has he sees with an equal vision. So that is the mentality, or that is the mental state one should have. Generally, if we see, we are bound by bodily concept of life. So I create the division. I am human. I'm this belonging to this race. I belong to this species. So that is how a person thinks. So if we especially see among humans itself, we have the divisions created based on the caste we are born in, the country we are born in, the place. So what is happening is there's a lot of conflicts going on, because I am recognizing everything based on the bodily concept of life. So one who is bound by bodily concept, one he sees the external, what we have acquired, this dress. So based on that, he is a mudha, or a foolish person. Because on the transcendental platform, or in the time of, if you see eternity, everyone is an individual soul taking the journey of different bodies, and being born in so many places, so many janmas. Okay, so so many births we take based on the activities or the karma. So and by the karma, a particular time, a kala comes where you'll perform your activities. So for example, This is a typical example. A person who wants to write an exam, he wants to become a doctor. So he has his final examination also. So he has to prepare for it. So the activity is he has to study for it. And the time will come where it is given for him the examination and he performs his actions there. So based on that, there is reactions also. So he is good at his studies and he clears that, then he is eligible to become a doctor. So similarly, all the living entities we see around us, be it whatever the species we see around us, moving and non-moving, be it plants or tiger, or in the bird we see the birds, or in the ocean or on the land. So anywhere we see, all these are the reactions or the development of the consciousness from the previous lives. So it is very important one develops a particular consciousness in this life. So yesterday I was listening to one lecture. So in this says the Bharata Bhumi. Bharata Bhumi means not just this India, this Varsha. So Bharata Varsha means it's beyond this planet also, what we are living in. So there is this range of planets made out of Bhumi. Bhumi means earth. So earthly planets. So this Bharata Varsha has this earthly planets where this is called the Karma Bhumi. Karma Bhumi means the place of actions. Now we have seen or heard that in the past, um, that there are we generally hear this. So there is Swarga and there is Naraka, the heavenly planets or the hellish planets. So one who performs very good pious activities, he goes to the heavenly planets, and who's impious, who does all bad things, bad deeds, treats people badly, he goes to heavenly hellish planets. There are many planets. So based on your karma, you are going upwards or downwards, and you're enjoying the results of those actions. So we have our own actions to be performed on this bhumi. So we have come here to perform the actions. So in this life, as a human, we perform good, we go to either heaven or hellish planets. Now there is something beyond this also, because the human body which is acquired, the human birth is very, very rare. Okay, so once who gets this, he's eligible to move out of this entire universe itself, where he can go back to Godhead. That means where everything is Chintamani, Chintamani or Chinmaya. So that means everything in spiritual world is actually living force. For example, here, if I see an object, if I see a mouse, or if I see a scale or something like that, it is a dead object. It does not speak to me. It does not react to whatever I do. So it is just made out of some elements from this earth. Okay. So, but in the spiritual world, everything speaks, everything is a living force. That is out of our conception. That means I cannot understand. That's why spiritual matter is inconceivable. So spiritual world is inconceivable. So Krishna holding the flute can also speak. This is higher understanding that you can come to this level of understanding as we advance in the spiritual knowledge. Our spiritual practice should be very strong. So for that, you have to start seeing everything here equally. That means all the living entities here are equally the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has created these many varieties of creation. The nature has provided so many options. That is because of their desires. So, but the individual soul, which is there in everybody's heart, be it in the dog or a tiger or in the tree, everything is equal because we are all equal. That one particular soul which is present, that quality, that is what is equal in everyone. So there is Vibhu and one is called as Anu. So the Lord is called Vibhu, Vibhu Atma. So we are called Anu. So Anu means small. So we are very, very minute in terms of measurement, but the quality is the same. We have been individuals in the past. That means we have come, when we say part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So we have been part of the Supreme Lord. That means we have been in the spiritual world, but we have come here based on our desires. For some reason, and we don't know even when we decided, we wanted to be separated from him and we wanted to enjoy ourselves. So we have come here. So that is the understanding of Bhagavad Gita, and that is the understanding of all the acharyas. So why we are suffering here? Because we opted for it. We have come here to enjoy, but instead we are suffering. We are thinking suffering is an enjoyment. That is the illusion. So everybody is placed under illusion based on the activities. A tiger is thinking it is enjoying, but it is suffering actually. We see in the forest how difficult for it has to run so fast and every day finding for food. But it is thinking it is enjoying that deer or a buffalo eating. So similarly, even the human beings, we are thinking having a good house, good wife, car, all the money in the bank, everything, it's actually enjoyment, but it's actually suffering because we have to endeavor, we have to do so much of hard work to acquire something, and that doesn't come freely. You have to do so much of hard work. And if you see, everything is destined here. Nothing happens by chance. Whatever is happening, it has been given to you based on your account credibility. If we talk in terms of accounts, just like the salary, you did certain works and based on that you have been paid, and every year the appraisal is happening. So every year the increment is happening based on your performance. So similarly, in this the journey of the different bodies everybody is taking, it's based on the activities they have performed and the credits they have taken, and based on that the different bodies they are acquiring. So if similarly, if you do certain very good things, you're receiving the body of a devata or the heavenly beings, where you enjoy a lot. The enjoyment is more, all the facilities are given, luxurious life. Or if you do a very bad activities in your present life, in the future you're going to be suffering more and more into the hellish planets. There are so many hellish planets. And in on the earth planet also we see both. Certain people are suffering, there are people enjoying. There are bad things happening to good people, and good things happening to the bad people. We see so many politicians, there are so many poor people on the street. There's so many good people we meet, but still bad things happen to them. Why all this is happening? Because they have some credits in their account which they are enjoying now or suffering. So, but again, the present activities will take us further. So our development of consciousness is very important. The consciousness you will carry now will take you further. So if you develop a transcendental consciousness, always God consciousness, thinking about Krishna, talking about Krishna, remembering him, so you're definitely getting transformed into the place where his activities are performed or he is present. So that is the understanding of how the journey of life and death happens of the individual soul. So we have to start seeing equally everybody, come out of this bodily concept of life, that I am a human, I am an Indian, I am a this, I am an such, I belong to this jati, I belong to Brahmin, I belong to Shudra. So one has to come out of that thinking ability and start thinking further out of this bodily concept, that everybody is an individual soul, everybody is going through certain life, and once they finish that, once the body ends, they are entering into another body. That is what Krishna starts with Bhagavad Gita. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. He says, as the body is moving from boy to child to boy, boy to youth, then he moves to the old age, and similarly it moves to next body as it finishes this present body. So similarly, we also have to understand that we are going to acquire the next body. We are preparing ourselves just like a student is preparing for the next year to go to the next level. Similarly, we are also preparing our body in this life, and we are having this consciousness. So we are going to go to the next life, but we have to decide. It is in our hands that what we are going to be. So we have to develop a very good consciousness so we can go to the next birth, if at all it is there. Of course we will have a lot of births, because we have so much karma. We do not even understand how much we have, how much we are going to suffer or enjoy in the future. So the one who carries forward with a good consciousness, he is going to get a good birth. So that depends in this life. So the point here is we have to have this consciousness very pure. We have to strive for it, so that we always pray to Krishna. We always ask that give me bhakti. So we ask only, you will get it. Okay, everybody approaches God, give me my daily bread. Everybody is asking for that. Animals do not ask, but the facility is given. We are striving so hard to get our daily bread. But you see in the jungle, the elephant is eating tons and tons of grass every day. Who is providing? God is providing. God, we should stop going to God for our daily bread. That means our food, our necessities of life. It is given, all the comfort is given even to the jungle animals also by the nature. But something else, it has to be done by the human, because we have more higher intelligence, higher consciousness than the plants and the animals, the other species. So what is that? God consciousness. So one who develops this consciousness can definitely move ahead and primarily look forward to go back to Godhead. So that is the understanding of this shloka. So beginning of the understanding to get this consciousness is start seeing the living entities equal vision. With that, what happens is you'll start understanding the real life. So I end my class here. It's already time up. Anybody has any questions or comments, or we can move to the next session of this program. Okay, I think there's no question. So moving on to the next program. Shri Hari Prabhu,